All right, we're live.
All three students and me have to be in it.
Yeah, we can move the camera to you. Are you saying the entire time?
Yeah, the entire class, all three students have to be in it. It's the last time I did it.
Yeah, that should be sufficient.
Still running.
Yeah.
Can you see me over here?
I can.
Screen. That's,
It's reverse.
yeah. I'll just stand over there on that side.
I think this would probably last long enough, but I'd like an extension cord just to make sure this doesn't die. Maybe I can reach it on that wall over there. There we go.
Technically, it looks you here. Yeah, I mean, we could. I'm certain that I can stop and start beating with it. Should be good. Normally, you're concerned, just making sure once it's done. I can go upload it already, I'm already loaded. I loaded this. It's Woodford. So you should. Thank you. Things on this table, all does before you would drive it. Is that the one? Although you guys would drive it. So, I don't. Yeah. Good. Right, but I don't see it. I just didn't know. There's a thing for the OneDrive on this computer. It's not doing it. It won't let me sign into it.
So come on down here.
Yep. I'm filling out my email address and it's just disappearing.
Yeah.
To learn.
Look. Wormington and Springfield mo.gov.
Yep.
Sign in this real quick. I think this is probably what the problem is. It wants you to sign into your other Microsoft account stuff. You want to save any of this stuff.
Oh, so that's on. Really wish you were playing summer. Cool. So, I miss you. How's the new business going?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Got a trip Thursday morning.
First one?
Yeah.
Got the first one good? Good?
Pretty good. It's a slow night. I went to water. I've never boat fished before. Was what it was. It was a tournament. I was volunteering for it.
Nice. Vacation.
2 hours of SCBAs.
Hi Becky, this is Kip McCum with Springfield Fire. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, I had a question for you. We're signing into an account and a gentleman needs to get on his OneDrive, but every time we try to sign into it, it's a grayed out box. It'll flash blue for a second after you enter in his email address, but then it just goes back to grayed out.
So he's a employee?
Yes,
Let me, let me check his account.
it's gonna be Brady Wormington.
Okay, just a second. I'm just checking the obvious first.
Okay. I went online to Microsoft to see how to fix it, and it's doing what I've already done what it told us to do, so.
E. Wormington,
Yeah, B Wormington at springfieldmo.gov.
okay, on to that. He's on the captain's computer?
Yes.
Okay, let me go check this other thing, this other option thing first. Okay. So let me come on that computer. What's that computer number? Or who's logged in?
I can tell you the computer number. LIS 200815553. Okay, now there's a 52 as well. Will it not allow it if you're the one that's logged in for it?
You just log out? Is he
Uh,
logged?
actually, Darren, is this under your login or hers?
Maybe mine.
It's probably under Darren Miller's login,
Okay.
the computer.
I logged in. Oh, we're logging.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, he's logged in at the computer. This is Brady Wormington's account logged in.
Okay.
Well, some.
Okay, does he see the mouse moving?
Yep.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, having put his email address in here.
Might have spelled it wrong.
Came up there this morning.
I didn't put a D.
The kid go and he wrote it down. He's like, I guess they figured it out.
Network password?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All the trucks have a top.
Do this. Do this.
Whatever.
You guys want an email or OneDrive?
OneDrive.
Sorry, I forgot it.
No, it's fine.
Okay, here's his OneDrive.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, it was just, we were using the icon in the bottom right of the corner. If you look at it, it's grayed out. Like go all the way to the bottom right. And you can see that shows that you're signed in. And so that's what we were using to try to sign in. No, you're good. Yeah, I closed it out, opened it back up, and then if you sign into it, it just goes blue for a split second, then goes back into non.
Email address here.
Here, thought thing. Like a cloud. Okay, copy.
I'm gonna make it work.
I'm out.
Give me just a second.
This is too big to drink this coffee. And balls in there. Kid.
Crap, low.
And Ben probably drinks 7/8 of it, so.
Yeah.
In one cup.
Big rock of pods from the same board, and that's for a while. Everybody that wants coffee can have coffee right there.
I think something's wrong with the office load on this computer. They did, I mean,
Well, as long as we've got at least the OneDrive that he can access right here, that's fine. But yeah, it would be nice to know why that icon isn't working, but
yeah, I'll put in a ticket and have a tech get, reloaded or whatever they need to do.
is that gonna be specific to his login or to the computer itself?
So,
Okay. All right, well, yeah, I think that's all we need though, but I appreciate you doing that. Yeah, that's fine. No, he's down here in training. We're getting ready to record his Instructor 1 video.
to repair OneDrive. Hey, do you have a document that you're gonna, maybe pull up and try to open?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't wanna leave you guys hanging.
yeah, if he's gonna pick it real quick.
So if we say open, when you get here, if we say open it in the app, I just wanna make sure,
Where do you want it? Where is open it in the app?
comes up like right here. Read only, this is the older format, save a copy of it. See if this will let me open it this way. I just don't want you guys to, I mean, working online kind of got you going in a weird way. So I don't want you to run into a problem. I want you to feel comfortable. Okay, email address one more time.
You wanna enter in your password real quick? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1534. Close.
Say yes. Oh, okay. That might have fixed our OneDrive issue. Okay, so that gets you in the app. That makes me feel better, because people aren't used to that online.
Is there any requirement for us to actually sign into PowerPoint itself up here?
No,
Okay. All right, cool.
all right.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Thanks. Bye. Okay. Should get you what you need.
Is there a clicker?
I believe there is, hopefully it's,
Is it this one?
no, it's a small little flag controller. You have a slide clicker? I know we've got. And it's gonna look like that. I just don't know if those are universal and go to any computer or not.
And then when you plug this in.
Yes.
Should be back in the computer, my phone, back till August. But there's that one, so work that one today.
That one's probably for,
September, like. Don't need that with it.
a long drive, 5 days a week, 4 days a
None
week,
of our
even.
plans, thankfully. But, yeah,
Familiarize yourself with the controller and all its concepts.
Got a laser, that's all I need.
You see that there? That's an air pack.
You can put
The
one,
box is over.
you can put one in your home.
so ready to come back.
Playing.
We're doing okay.
Yeah. Getting ready for a lot of changes. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Is there more than what I know about?
Still a firefighter spot and Schmidt will be gone before you get back.
So, yeah. You guys narrowed down anybody yet on that? So I know 2 people that are interested, but they're both in. Oh, wait.
Darren, are you victim number 2? I am. Alright, now you'll find a shark. I'll get for some of this. Good afternoon, my name is Brady Wormington with Springfield Fire Department. Today we're gonna go over personal protective equipment, SCBA package, specifically. Before we get started, right out the door behind you is bathrooms. Feel free to get up and use the bathroom as you need, or go get a drink. We're gonna run through the PowerPoint real quick, and then we'll take a short 5-minute break. Following that will be a written test. And then after that, we'll move into practical skills out in the back bay. So we're gonna go over various types and uses of personal protective equipment. In proper wear, making sure your closures are fastened, face pieces in place, air cylinders are activated before you go inside the structure. Face shields are down, and quick inspections of PPE to ensure it's properly donned. You want to always wear the correct PPE that's designed to protect you from the specific types of hazards, depending on what incident you're going to. Types of PPE, we're not going to talk about all these, but this is just kind of a rundown of all the different things we use in the fire service. Like I said, we're specifically going to go over SCBA packs today. Unauthorized alterations of your PPE may expose you to fire scene hazards and endanger your life. So however you get it and however your department wants you to train on it, you need to continue to use it. Your heat transfer from PPE to the body. It's designed to cover all skin and prevent heat transfer to the body, but it does have its limits to the amount of heat it can absorb. Hot PPE can cause contact burns. And the time it takes just depends on the heat transfer rate. You receive a call that a storage building on someone's real property is on fire. What's the appropriate PPE we're going to wear to that situation?
Structural,
And what are you gonna use with it to breathe?
air pack.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So your heat transfer from PPE to the body, it absorbs and stores heat, can take longer to cool. Just follow your protocols for cooling PPE. It also prevents heat transfer away from the body. All your PPE traps heat and moisture inside and will significantly increase breathing and heart rate, skin temperature, core temperature, and physiological stress. Especially once you start wearing a face piece, all four of those things are going to go up pretty drastically. Next, we're going to describe conditions that require the use of respiratory protection. Inhalation of smoke and products of combustion. That will cause short and long-term or fatal health hazards. Respiratory protection. It's the most effective way to protect your health and should be used in IDLH environments and during overhaul. Follow your department's policies on that. Here in Springfield, we have 8 hours after the fire is controlled that you want to use an air pack in your IDLH environments. Respiratory hazards commonly in IDLH situations. Got oxygen deficiency, elevated temperatures, particulate contaminations, gases and vapors, and airborne pathogens. You want to don appropriate level of PPE and respiratory protection or entering any structure with an IDLH atmosphere. These are your oxygen deficiencies. If you want to look over it real quick, I'm not going to read through those. Just kind of some fun facts. Elevated temperatures, specifically inside structure fires. Breathing air, heated flame temperatures can have serious consequences. Can decrease in blood pressure and failure of the circulatory system, and also cause pulmonary edema and asphyxiation. Introduction of fresh, cool air will not immediately reverse tissue damage. You want medical treatment as quickly as possible if this does happen. Here's your warning for you. Inhaling air that has been heated to flame temperatures can cause serious injury or death. Particulate contaminants can be harmful to the respiratory system and cause asthma, lung cancer, cardiovascular disease, COPD, and premature death. There's a bunch of different systems that can protect you from contaminants in the air. Sources of particulates: chemical reactions, combustion, wildland fires, welding, operation of fire apparatus, explosions, building collapse, structure fires. Really a combination of different calls that we're going to go to. Gases and vapors, they're everywhere. Anytime you're around gases, vapors, has an inhalation, ingestion, absorption hazard, can cause cancer, thyroid damage, eye irritation, cardio disease, respiratory problems. There's just a quick list of your fire gases and vapors. I'll take a quick look over them.
Which one's most common?
And fires?
Yeah.
CO
CO.
and hydrogen cyanide is the two. Firefighters must use SCBA when operating in or near toxic atmospheres. Respiratory hazards remain during overhaul. Hazards from smoke increase as size of particulates decrease. And hazardous concentrations may be present outside the structure. It's kind of a, one of the studies I read was the EO that's pumping a house fire actually has more contamination from smoke and hazards than the people inside a fire. So even being outside of a structure fire can be pretty hazardous to your health. Non-fire gases and vapors, hazmat incidents, There is massive amounts of hazardous gases and vapors and things that can harm you. We're not really going to touch a whole lot on that, other than your safeties remaining uphill, upwind, upstream, and so you know what you're dealing with. Always wear SCBA if you're anywhere close to it. Here's some common types: carbon dioxide, ammonia, sulfur dioxide, chlorine, pesticides. It's all chemicals that we probably come into contact with most days or are close to. They're just confined to where they're not a safety hazard for us. Here's some locations: sewers, storm drains, caves, trenches, storage tanks, bins, tank cars, trains, factories. Anywhere and everywhere you're going to find hazardous materials. Question for you: why must firefighters always wear respiratory protection that is appropriate to the situation at hand?
Toxic gases everywhere.
That's right.
We get hurt.
Protects our health and safety and our breathing. Next, we're going to identify SCBA components. Here's a breakdown. You've got open circuit and closed circuit. The only thing we have on the fire department is our open circuit. I believe the big city back tanks that we tried out were the closed circuit, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, we've seen them.
Yeah, we've seen them before. I'm not really familiar with them, so we're basically going to stick to the open circuit SCBA. Here's a little breakdown. Got an air cylinder, your waist and shoulder straps, your pass device and pressure gauge, low pressure alarm, face piece, hose and regulator, back plate. We're going to go over all of these outside and kind of discuss how to do a normal inspection that we do at the beginning of every shift, as well as how to clean them after fires. SCBA may also have a number of other components unique to that manufacturer's design. Here in Springfield, we just learned, switching from Scott to MSA, that there are different components and different things that function, such as our regulators no longer having to do a 90-degree twist to click them in, they just pop in. So every manufacturer has a little bit different of a design. Here's just a little breakdown of duration in minutes that a bottle will last at what pressure and what volume. It's just a bunch of numbers, basically. You've got your air cylinder and its assembly. Cylinders contain breathing air under pressure. I think most of ours in Springfield are 4,500. They can be constructed of steel, aluminum wrapped fiberglass, Kevlar, carbon composite, and cylinders weigh anywhere from 8 to 20 pounds. Obviously, your steel constructed bottles are going to weigh a lot more than your aluminum bottles. You've got your threaded stem or quick connects, whatever bottle you're using, a pressure gauge, and then also a control valve and a handle. Your regulator assembly, depending on SCBA model, the regulator will have valves for normal and emergency operations. That would be your mainline valve and your bypass valve. Face piece assembly, you've got a nose cup inside your mask, the regulator fitting, face piece frame and lens, exhalation valve and speaking diaphragm, and your head straps and harness. The face piece fit. It has a qualitative or quantitative fit test. Facial hair that prevents a complete seal is prohibited. Eyeglasses are prohibited if the side frames pass through the seal area. Contact lenses are allowed if firefighters demonstrate successful long-term use. So in Springfield, all of our masks are tested through the air van. They have the training that's specific to our masks. Run everybody through annually to make sure that their face mask is Still functioning and multi-seal.
So what happens if a firefighter has to wear glasses? They can't wear.
So the guys that I know that have glasses, I think it just clips on the inside of their mask and they've got like different frames that just stays in their mask. I'm pretty sure. There's a few other additional SCBA components. You've got your remote pressure gauge, which shows you how much time you've got left in your bottle. End of service time indicator, which can be a bell, a vibration, lights on your face piece. And you've got a rapid intervention crew universal air coupling in the back, which is used to hot fill bottles. We'll talk about that a little bit. Low pressure readings may not match the regulator gauge, so always assume the lower of the two numbers is correct. As far as strength fill goes, whenever we get to work, we do our check on our packs. And that's one of the things you need to do to make sure that your bottle matches your pass device reading to make sure they're pretty accurate. Some more components on your SCBA bottle. You've got your emergency escape breathing support system, a heads-up display on your regulator, a integrated pest control module, alerting light systems, voice communication systems, your personal alert safety system or your pass device is an alarm. It's emitted to alert personnel that firefighters are in danger. This activates when a firefighter is motionless for 30 seconds, or when a firefighter presses the emergency button on their pass device. Some models may activate when temperatures exceed the preset limit. And it must be at least 95 decibels and go off continuously for at least 1 hour. What the pass device does, it assists rescuers locating trapped, unconscious, or incapacitated firefighters. It's useful in total darkness, dense smoke, or confined spaces. So as a company here in Springfield that deals with grid a lot, we use this in training to locate a downed firefighter. It can be kind of confusing in a smoked out dark area, but it is kind of nice to at least pinpoint what side of the house they're in or what section of a building they're in. More on your pass device, maybe standalone or integrated, so it doesn't even have to be built into your pack. It can just be something that can be push activated. And you've got multiple modes on it, completely turned off, alarming, sensing, or free alarm. We're going to dig into some SCBA limitations. First of which are wearer limitations, lack of physical condition, lack of agility, impaired balance, inadequate pulmonary capacity, weakened cardiovascular ability, psychological limitations, and unique facial features, all of which, or most of which, can be controlled by the wearer itself. As we talked, anytime you're in SCBA turnout gear or face piece, it takes tolls on your body that you need to be prepared for. So taking care of your body before you put it on is a big contributor to how your body accepts it when you do put it on. Offsetting wear limitations will be training, medical evals, proper fit testing, and once again, just taking care of yourself. Equipment limitations, you've got limited visibility, not only the face piece being hard to see out of at times, but also in dark and smoky atmospheres. Decreased ability to communicate, decreased endurance, decreased mobility, poor condition of apparatus, and low cylinder air pressure. Overcoming equipment limitations, there's frequent and proper inspection, care, and maintenance, and training. What are some ways to overcome SCBA limitations? Training, your body rate, you know, fitness, taking care of yourself. Checking your equipment. Checking your equipment. The 0700 checks that we do here. Steps we can take to decrease SCBA wear limitations and to increase your proficiency. And we just answered that along with the last question. Training, using it a lot, being comfortable in it. Now we're going to go into inspection, cleaning, and maintenance of PPE. This is one thing that we're going to do a skills view out on. So I'm going to go ahead and pass these out so you can kind of follow along. One of those is cleaning and one of them is an inspection. Preparation of PPE for reuse. PPE can cause illness or injury if not properly maintained. Hydrocarbon contamination reduces fire resistance. Chemicals, oils, and petroleum products on outer shells can ignite. Contaminants can reduce effectiveness of retroreflective trim. Hydrocarbons, body fluid, and toxins that contaminate PPE can be inhaled, ingested, or absorbed. And you are responsible for inspection, cleaning, and condition of your PPE. This is a big one, specifically after house fires. We take a lot of time once we get back to the station and breaking down our packs as well as our tools to make sure that there's no dirts, no insulation, nothing like that in the packs, and also just to clean the nastiness of house fires out of everything. So we fully inspect our PPE at the start of every shift, like we already talked about, after every use, including training, after washing, repair, decon, and on a periodic basis. Conditions to look for during routine inspections. Soiled gear, contamination, missing or damaged hardware, physical damage, including ribs, tears, frays, wear due to friction, thermal damage, can be charring, melting, discoloration, burn holes, shrinkage, or damaged or missing retroreflective trim. Also things to look for, loss of reflectivity of shell, cracks, melting, abrasions, dents in helmets, missing or damaged face shield or hardware, missing or damaged ear flaps, loss of watertight integrity in footwear, damage to or faulty installation of your drag device, and date of manufacturer to determine time and service. Your routine cleaning, you perform yourself. Advanced cleaning, decon, or repairs or replacement. You're going to report that to your supervisor. And then annual inspections, like our face pieces, are performed by a department member who is trained in advanced inspection. Only personnel trained or certified to repair PPE should be allowed to conduct repairs. Cleaning of PPE, you've got routine, advanced, specialized, and contract cleaning. Do not take contaminated protective clothing into living or sleeping quarters of your fire station. And PPE should not be stored where it can come into contact with vehicle exhaust. Repairing PPE must be done by a manufacturer, approved repair facility, or a trained department member. Clothing damage beyond repair just needs to be removed from service and destroyed. Some damaged clothing may be used for training that does not involve fire. What can occur if PPE is not properly inspected, cleaned, and maintained? Hurt and hurt you. Your SCBA inspection prior to donning, we do this at the beginning of every shift. And then after house fires, once we've got a full bottle, we kind of run through our packs again. Things that we're looking for. We check air cylinder gauge and remote gauge to make sure that they both match. Fully extend your face piece and harness straps. Check your valve function, test your low pressure alarm, test your pass device, and check battery powered functions. All of this can be done with turning your bottle on one time and then slowly turning everything off to make sure all your alarms function properly. Do not keep face piece connected to the regulator during storage. These parts must be kept separate in order to check for proper face piece seal. Doffing your protective breathing apparatus. You want to make sure you're out of the contaminated area. Discontinue flow of air from regulator to face piece. Disconnect regulator to secure it. Remove your protective hood, remove your face piece, and remove backpack assembly. Then you want to close your cylinder valve, relieve the pressure from the regulator, turn off your pass device, extend face piece and harness straps, check your air pressure, clean and disinfect your face piece, backplate, harness, and then secure the unit in its case or bracket. Most of the time, we don't get to knock all of this out at once, other than making sure there's a new bottle in it. Most of that has to take place at the station once we get back. Inspection and maintenance of SCBA. Your department schedule determines frequency of inspections, and they're typically performed daily, weekly, or whenever firefighters report for duty. Your period between inspections must not exceed 1 week and must be inspected by a SCBA repair tech annually and after any repairs. Inspection and care of your SCBA. You want to do it after each use, at the start of every duty shift, and every week. Any repairs that need done need to be reported immediately, and your extensive repairs and cleaning may require the unit to be taken out of service and replaced. Your daily and or weekly inspections include the face piece, backplate, harness, your air cylinder, hoses, low pressure alarm, regulator, pressure indicator gauges, and your pass device. You want to identify wear and tear, damage, and potential problems before they result in failure during an emergency, and should be documented to report findings, report problems, and show trends. During the inspection, the inspector should check the hydrostatic test date. It's labeled on the side of your cylinder. Care for your SCBA. You want to clean and sanitize your face piece and seal after each use. Ensure proper operation of the exhalation valve. And then you want to dry face piece with lint-free cloth or air dry it. Do not submerge regulators or low pressure hoses in water. Anti-fogging chemicals can be applied. Clean face pieces after each use, even if they're not shared. And then you want to store face pieces in a case, bag, or coat pocket with straps fully extended. Your annual SCBA and inspection and maintenance must be performed by specifically trained factory qualified techs according to manufacturer's recommendations. This can be fire department personnel like we have with our air van or certified maintenance contractors. When should an SCBA inspection take place? In every shift. Do not fill cylinders in if your hydrostatic testing date is out of service or the cylinder is damaged. Replacing your SCBA cylinders, if it's empty or damaged, you want to replace it. If it's empty, just keep it separate from the full cylinders. If it's damaged, you want to clearly mark the damage, and also keep it separate from your full cylinders. Storing of, your respiratory protection equipment. Shows a couple different ways there. We keep all of ours in our trucks, but you can also have, protective boxes for your packs. And we're going to explain the process of inspecting and cleaning. Your department schedule determines frequency. Inspections should occur daily, weekly, or whenever a firefighter reports. Shouldn't exceed 1 week, and inspected by a tech annually after repairs. Cleaning after each use, start every shift once a week. Repairs need to be reported immediately, and extensive repairs need to be taken out of service. Describing safety considerations for working in and exiting a hazardous atmosphere while wearing an SCBA. You're going to be exposed to airborne hazards, fatigue, regulating your air supply, and proper exit procedures. You only enter an IDLH atmosphere if you're certified to wear an SCBA and it is properly fit tested to you. And you want to closely monitor how you feel. If you become fatigued, you need to notify your supervisor and rest. Your air supply duration can vary depending on the cylinder size, your physical condition, tasks being performed, your level of training, operational environment, level of stress, air management techniques. Some safety precautions before entering an IDLH atmosphere. Check your cylinder pressure and estimate the point of no return. Establish a personal baseline for air usage. After entering an IDLH atmosphere, keep SCBA on and activated until you leave the contaminated area. Improved visibility does not ensure area is free from contamination. And before you remove your bottle, the atmosphere must be tested and found safe. You want to work in teams of 2 or more in IDLH atmospheres. Remain in physical, voice, or visual contact. And thermal imager can help. Check air supply status frequently, as well as your partners. And then exit IDLH atmospheres before your lower alarm activates. Your exit indicators, always be prepared to make a rapid exit or withdrawal. Your non-emergency exit indicators are when your situation is stabilized, change in operational strategy, necessary to replace an air cylinder, IC orders, non-emergency withdrawal, or your assignment is complete. Emergency exit indicators are SCBA failure, activation of your low pressure air alarm, withdrawal orders, changes in environmental conditions, changes in oxygen levels, and indications of new hazards. And always evacuate the structure if your PPE and or SCBA are damaged during firefighting operations. Oxygen deficiency, you want to report symptoms and evacuate area immediately. You can come in with lightheadedness, disorientation, loss of coordination, increased breathing rate, and rapid fatigue. Non-emergency exit techniques, stay with your buddy, control your breathing, stick to egress paths, safety considerations when you're wearing an SCBA. The hotter it is, the more likely you are to have an emergency with environmental changes. PPE will impair your balance and gait, thermal burns. If you feel contact burns developing, you want to withdraw, move to a cool, safe place, remove your PPE, go to rehab. It can also absorb heat until it's hotter than the ambient temperature. Buildup heat will eventually penetrate all layers of PPE. Rid rescue personnel must exercise caution and wear gloves when removing PPE from a firefighter. Are there any questions about this content? No? All right. We are gonna take a quick 5-minute break. You guys wanna go to the bathroom, grab a drink? I will get your tests ready. We will do a quick test and then we'll go over some practical skills. All good? Still working on it? Okay.
Really excited about today.
What?
I was really excited about today. Presentation. Okay. It's not here. Oh my gosh. Someone should report that. Personal memory. You will. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So, other guys. And I opened the door. Now you come back, yeah, good all there until I opened the door. I opened the door, like, no. You know, I need to get it back. Feel free. I'm to buy a couple of days. And I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, going to meet. Go see it. They're good. Some would say. We don't use other words. Exploring. Take 6 years. Run around. Better. That's great. Did they say I want to every time one day? Hey, I get from the wife traveling to you guys for a long time. Days later. Maybe like, yeah. I'm over my breathing. I was off. I knew nothing about it. It actually, you're on fire outside. No. Bad. I training. I hear coach on the radio. Yeah. I just saw the paper going. Every stall. Next door, the work there. Take that out recently. Too far for you to drive. I got it for. My car. I just got it. I didn't know it was like that. All right, it is. Oh, yeah, all the way. Oh, yeah,
Right.
Yes.
I don't know, we'll come down. So in front of you, I went ahead and put your test. Your name's already filled out on it. Just go ahead and fill in those answers, and then once you're done, you can leave them in front of your seat and go ahead and step out to the back table.
I saved the coffee home.
We just taking that out. Bring them in. They're very close. Yeah. Well,
more students.
If I cut it, does he have to start over?
Listen.
I haven't lived yet. I haven't. I haven't. I'm not lying. I don't leave till 13th of this month. Yeah, truthfully. July 13th. Yeah. I took a week off for vacation. That's where I disappeared to. I shouldn't come back. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking I could pretty much be a local out there. They would what some people would like to call homeless to live. But I could do it. There's a girl out there. She's got a full her coat. She can't even. Some of those chick out there walking the shoes and a full length fur coat and a baseball bat walking around. They can believe it. No, it's awesome. Yeah, you're lovely.
Ventilation. 2 hours.
All right. Good luck with it.
Thanks. You lift.
Oh, we can.
Beautiful. So work for you? Cool.
Wait.
Who wants to go first?
I will.
Okay. Do it. All right. So the student shall perform an inspection of an SCBA as if it were a daily or routinely scheduled inspection. This includes checking all your components for cleaning and physical, thermal, or chemical damage. Ensure the air cylinder is full. Hydrostatic test aid. Turn the cylinder valve on fully. And make sure the regulator and bottle are reading the same. Down your face piece, check your seals. Check the exhalation valve. Attach the regulator into the face piece. Open the valve fully. Check your heads up display. Make sure the hose connections are good and free of leaks. Check for airflow. Operate the bypass valve. Operate your pass device. Turn it off, bleed it. Make sure all your alarms go off. And then return all the straps and valves back to a ready state.
Okay.
Looks the. Definitely for thermal damage and rips or tears or anything, my straps.
And when you plug it into your face piece, you don't have to put it on. No, no, stress on your good.
Cylinders.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yep, so we'll roll with them. Never mind. Plant tighten down good, hold the bottle, secure. Yeah. Oh, turning brake. That. Need the camera, so I need to walk off. Check my cylinder, make sure I'm within 90% of max, actually 4,500, so make sure I'm above 4,000. Grab a different. I think low, low air alarm, it's like I turned it on. Feeling really low? Yeah. Yeah, it's just. There we go. Right. Why we checking? Okay, so make sure my cylinder and gauge line up and they're showing the same reading, which they are. And on this particular pack, yeah. Handheld part is not working, it started the screen to give me that readout. Just reverting to its low air alarm bell. So at this point, we have the base piece. Turn my nose stuff to, my nose stuff is there, almost fast. Loosen up all the way, no fraying, burns, anything like that. On the mouth at that point. Yeah, make sure I got a good seal. Make sure my, uh, back down on this horse. Yeah, make sure I got a good seal on the mask, no steps in place. Put on the air. Okay. Bypass, that is good. There's a good on Jackson. Cycling it down every month. Oh, air, arm, well, go off, so. Back up.
Make sure all of my stuff is extended and ready to put on myself to the person. Regulators stored back on base strap and I'll complete my daily video there.
Awesome, thank you.
Sir.
Are you ready?
Next.
Student shall perform an inspection of the SCBA unit as if it were a daily or routine scheduled inspection. Would you like me to go down the list?
Yes, please.
Checks all components for cleanliness, physical, thermal, and chemical damage. Ensures the air cylinder has full pressure. Checks hydrostatic test date. Turns the cylinder valve on fully to verify the pressure on the tank and regulator are within 100 psi. Dons the face piece and checks the face piece seal. Checks the exhalation valve. Attach the regulator to your face piece and ensure the mainline valve opens. Check for proper operation of your heads-up display. Check all hose connections are tight and free of leaks. Check for adequate and comfortable airflow. Operate your bypass valve. Check your pass device, and then turn off the unit slowly and make sure that all your alarms operate the way they should as you're bleeding air out, and then return the straps and valves back to ready operation.
Okay. First things first, I'm gonna check for cleanliness and any excess debris. My black back plate looks good. Check all my hoses and make sure that they're secure. They appear to be. My straps are in good condition. They're not frayed beyond where I can use them or not. I don't see any chemical, mechanical, or thermal damage to this actual itself. My bottle, I have my hydrostatic test date there. It's good. I can continue to use it. The 4,500 PSI bottle. Turn it back on. Checking my bottle pressure. It needs to be at least 90% full. It's at 4,500, so it's completely full. Checking that pressure versus my indicated pressure, and I am within 100 PSI, so that's good. I'll check my pass device. That worked.
Face piece.
Make sure my face piece is clean. It's assembled correctly. It is free of any chemical, mechanical, or thermal damage. It appears to be clean. I hope it's clean. Let's see. Put it on, don't put it on. And they take it for proper seal. Good. Regulator. Work. Work. Good air flow, my hands up. Work. Work. Cut the bottle off. Bleed it slowly. Make sure that all my lights function the way they're supposed to, my gauges is correct. Power's off. Straps are extended. Regulator back. Anything else, sir? Yes, sir. Thank you.
Ready? The student shall perform an inspection of a SCBA unit as if it were a daily or routine scheduled inspection. Would you like me to go down the list?
All right, so I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna check my pack, make sure that there's no physical, chemical, or heat damage to any of the components. And make sure that all of the straps are pulled and are fully extended. Also checking my cleanliness to make sure that the pack is clean and has been well maintained since the last time it was used. Going to disconnect and check my cylinder. Looking for any sort of physical damage on the outside of the shell. I'm also looking for the manufacturer or the hydrostatic test date. Hydrostatic test date was 4/24, so this bottle is good to go. It doesn't need to be tested for another 5 years. To reassemble the air pack, make sure that the straps are properly fastened, that the air is in place. I'm also going to look at my air pressure. I see that this is just over 4,000 PSI, which is within 90%, which is acceptable for our department's SOGs. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and check my pass valve, make sure that it is off, turn the pressure on, make sure that the valve is fully open. Valve is fully open. I hear my bell, I hear my beeps, and I know that the air pack is now on. I'm going to check my pressure gauge. I have 4,100 PSI on the gauge. It says 4,000, approximately 4,100 here. So I'm within tolerances there. Okay. At this point, I'm going to check my face piece. I notice that it is clean because it has not been used. Newly issued to me. Straps are extended. I'm going to go ahead and put my face piece on. Here are the straps. Check my seal. I passed the resolution. My finger small. Go ahead. Remove my face piece from the cup. I'm going to connect it to my off. I have a good seal. I don't wear any early. Early. Works when I breathe. I go ahead and operate the bypass valve. Well, I'm there when I operate the bypass valve. So, function check is complete. I can take off my mask. And return the mask to its cup. So that works. I'm going to go ahead and activate the pass device. Pass device works. So now I'm going to slowly bleed air pressure off of the regulator. As I do so, I'm going to watch my gauge. Make sure my gauge. First, I'm going to turn off now. Now I'm going to bleed air pressure. Gauge.
I noticed that the low air bell sounded as it was hitting the red marks, and it was sounding before I was completely out of air pressure. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the air pack off. Air pack is off. Verify again that the straps are fully extended and ready to go. I'll place it back on the truck.
Awesome, thank you.
Good.
All right, the student shall demonstrate the proper procedures for cleaning the parts of a self-contained breathing apparatus. The student shall use any SCBA units available to that fire department. Would you like me to read you down the list?
No, thanks.
All right.
So I'll start my cleaning by disassembling the air pack. So I'll use a department approved cleaner to clean my straps. If there's any contamination or anything on those. Which this pack looks like it's very see it here, but check, make sure there's not insulation or anything like that into my like reader goes out. Which is this cleaning solution to the straps as well as the hoses on this set back. Like, let's be but make sure that's clean. Regulator, make sure that's clean. There's no contamination, insulation, anything that's stuck in that. We'll move that out to there. Base piece here, clean with a department approved cleaner. This is back in on that. Clean all that, make sure that it down into the nose cut. In this instance, I got a fan right here that they're dry. Or use a microfiber cloth to, I've got the inside of the lens on it. And return it back to this. So, thank you. Sir, I'll put the phone back together. Oh, thank you. Yep. That's why you know that when I got the dust and put it in the Are you ready, sir?
Sure. Student shall demonstrate the proper procedures for cleaning the parts of contained breathing apparatus. The student shall use any SCBA units available to that fire department. Disassemble the SCBA, clean your face piece with a mild cleaner. Apply the approved disinfectant. Then dry your face piece with a cloth or let it air dry. Clean and rinse your hoses. Clean and rinse your cylinder. Clean and rinse your harness assembly according to manufacturer specifications.
Perfect. We'll start with disassembly. my parts. Clean my face piece with a mild detergent. We all know that's dirty. I'm gonna spray some disinfectant on that. Yep. I moved my bottle and I'm gonna clean it. Again, a mild cleaner. All the cleaners we use is based on manufacturer's recommendations. I can dry it off or leave it to dry. Then all my hoses. Regulator, I soak the regulator. Those are clean. I clean the rest of the harness assembly per manufacturer's recommendations.
Awesome. Thank you. Ready? The student shall demonstrate the proper procedures for cleaning the parts of a self-contained breathing apparatus. Student shall use any SCBA units available to the fire department. Would you like me to read down the list? All right.
So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take care of my face piece. So I'm gonna use a mild department approved detergent. And I'm going to wipe down all parts of the mask, both on the inside and the outside, paying extra close attention to the small little nooks and crannies and grooves where insulation and debris can get caught up. The inside of the mask, the nose cup, clean off the interior lenses and everything as well. And then I could use a microfiber cloth or I could just let it sit to air dry. Once it's dry, I'll come back through with a department approved disinfectant and I'll spray both the inside and the outside of the mask. That way it's clean for future use. Set that aside there. Now going to disassemble my SCBA. Disconnect there. Gonna remove CBA cylinder. Again, with that mild department approved detergent. Gonna wipe down the cylinder. As I'm doing this, I'm inspecting for any sort of damage to the cylinder. Might take it out of service, wipe it down, pay extra close attention to the connection port, make sure that there's no debris or anything stuck in there. And we can allow that to air dry as well. Moving over to the SCBA, we're going to wipe down all of our hoses and any exterior components that might dirty. Again, paying extra close attention to any nooks and crannies where debris or insulation might get stuck. As we're cleaning the regulator, we want to be extra careful not to soak it down. We don't want a bunch of standing water in here. We just want to make sure that it's clean and all the dirt and dust is removed. Clean out the regulator cup as well. Put down my speaker. Sure that it's clean. Hoses as they come up and out of the frame of the air pack. Wipe down any exterior pieces. Detergent as well. And my regulator, my heads up display. Good. All right. Back plate. And then I would wash the straps, the padding, and the rest of the frame according to manufacturer's specifications. Once all is done, we can let all the components sit to air dry, or we can wipe them down with a microfiber cloth to make sure that they're dry. And then once dry, reassemble and return to service.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All of it.
Good. Pass. You'll find it there again.
Yes.
Same for this building. It's not here.
All these people doing it?